So
Part 2.
working towards the same goals. All right. So last time we were talking about housing, correct? And you had some goals with housing. You were talking about how you didn't want to be in the Milagro house forever. Did you want to discuss that a little bit more? Housing, what you're looking for?
Just somewhere safe. Doesn't
Okay.
have to be like big house or anything, but just a safe area, especially since I'm a single woman with a little girl.
Yeah.
I want it to be a safe community, something that's more permanent. I don't have to worry about having to move anytime soon.
Yeah, that's important. Have you ever lived by yourself before, just you and Emerson before? Okay, and how was that? Were you in a safe place? Did you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, I actually lived on my own for about a semester before I got pregnant while I was in school.
Oh, okay. And was that in the city of Lancaster, or was that in Tennessee where you were before?
It was in Lancaster over by the mall.
Oh, okay. Is that maybe an area that you're looking towards, or did you want to stay in Lancaster City?
Maybe a safer part of Lancaster City,
Right,
because
makes sense.
I don't have to drive, so if my car breaks down, I don't have to worry about being too far from where I need to go.
Right. And I know we talked about your car before with transportation, and that sometimes your car works, sometimes it doesn't. Would you say the transportation is right now a strength for you, or is that a need for you?
I guess a strength, because it's working right now,
Okay.
and I have had some really good friends that have helped take me to work if necessary when it does break down.
Oh, great. We talked about some of your support systems and your friends. Would you say that your support system, the friends that you have, is a strength for you then too?
I think so.
Okay.
Pardon me. I think that some of my friends disowned me more or less, kind of like my parents when I got pregnant.
Okay.
But a lot of my fairly close friends have still been a good support
All right.
and encouragement for me.
And support. Are a lot of those friends from your job, Sight and Sound?
Some of them are from when I was going to college for about a year or so.
Okay.
And then some from Sight and Sound. Although some of them still don't know that I have a little girl that I work with, the people that I work with. But the ones at school do.
Right. And you just talked about your family and your parents. Have you been in contact with them at all since you've been at the Milagro house? Do they know you moved and that you're here?
They don't really know where I am right now.
Okay.
My sister may have told them, but they haven't contacted me at all, so I don't know that they know.
Right. What was your sister's name again?
Becca.
Becca, right. All right, sorry. But you've been in contact with your sister, Becca?
Off and on.
Okay.
She'll send some money here and there as she can to help support Emerson and I.
Okay. Have you ever thought about if your family, if your support system there is a strength or a need?
Guess it would be a need, although I don't really feel like trying to talk to them, but I know I should.
Yeah. How has that been with processing that with your family disowning you? Have you have time to process it with Emerson and with school? How's that been for you?
It's been pretty hard.
Yeah. Is that something, I know that's really difficult for you, I'm sure. Is that something that you would like to work towards though? Maybe kind of working through that, processing through that more?
I guess.
Yeah, if that would be helpful for you. Because we do have volunteer counselors here at the Milagro house. I don't know if that's something that you would be interested in looking at. We can talk about it more later, but I did want to put that out for you so you know that we do have counseling here if that's something that you're looking towards. But yeah, it's great that you are processing it and you're working through that. And you have been in contact with your sister, so that's good. Have you talked to her lately?
About a week ago.
Okay. How's she doing?
She's doing okay. She actually just started a new job back home that she's really enjoying.
Good. And I'm sorry, can you remind me, does she have any kids?
No, she doesn't.
Okay. I was just wondering if she had any kids or not. That's great though. And it's good that you have that contact with your family. And speaking of your family and school, how would you like to continue with your classes? Are you wanting to start up when the semester starts? I know we talked about how you wanted to finish school. What does your schedule look like?
I think when the semester starts.
Okay, that's great. And I know you're really excited about finishing school, so that's exciting. We do have some classes that we're going to have start up in the semester, and I would love to get you in contact with like our educational support, and that's actually something we're going to talk about later.
Okay.
But and hopefully we'll be able to just help you get through some of the classes a little bit faster there. So that's great. And I know also we were talking about your medical situation. You said that you had arthritis. Am I correct? How's that been for you?
The doctor, I found a doctor up here.
Oh, that's great.
And I was able to visit her. She gave me I actually ran into her on the street and met her, and she was willing to give me a free evaluation. And once my medical stuff gets figured out and I can afford it, she wants to see me.
Okay. And you said once you can afford it, you don't have health care right now, do you? Okay. I do have some referrals that I can help you with that later. We can look at your finances, see what you can afford for you in Emerson, and we can do that afterwards as well. So how have you been dealing with the arthritis? Has it been bothering you now that it's getting colder? I know that can happen for people.
I think it actually helps that it's colder because it helps with the inflammation a little.
Oh, wow. That's great. And you said you were on hydroxychloroquine?
Hydroxychloroquine.
Oh, okay. Hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was before. I haven't taken it in a while.
Okay. Is that because of the health insurance situation? Okay. All right. Yeah, and we can definitely talk about that later, figuring out more how we can get you some health insurance for that, and for you and Emerson as well. And I wanted to further move on to your legal situation.
Okay.
Would you say that is a strength or a need? I know you're not in probation right now or anything like that.
No, I mean, it's pretty good.
Okay, that's great. And how have you been with your recreation and leisure time?
I haven't really had a lot of time.
Yeah, I know you're so busy, mom and school. Is that something that you would like to maybe work towards, trying to figure out a schedule? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. And maybe once school starts and we can like help figure that schedule out. You do have daycare, correct? You have the daycare with that?
I think you might have given me a couple before, different places, but I haven't said anything in stone yet.
Okay. All right. We'll work on that then. Yeah, because we had the daycare that was like a lower cost for you that we recommended. Okay. Just making sure. Would you say that your mental health is a strength? Okay. All right. And in the past, you talked about how you had some alcohol consumption with DUI. Is that correct? Is that still something that you would consider something that you struggle with, or would that be a strength or a need?
I think every now and then there's that temptation, but for the most part, it's a strength. I don't really.
All right.
It doesn't really bother me.
Okay. And the DUI doesn't really, that's right now not affecting you with your legal situation or anything. Okay. All right. That's great. And I did, if we were going to do the counseling, I do have a release form that we would have for you. And I did want to ask, I know you mentioned last time that your family had a spiritual background, and we do have counselors that have different backgrounds and can focus on different things. And I wanted to ask, right now, how does that affect your life, the spiritual background for you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really too deep into anything, but I'm around it a lot.
Okay.
At Sight and Sound, so I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent.
Okay. Are you attending any churches or anything like that in the area? Is that something that you do with Emerson, or is that not
maybe like once a month.
Okay.
There's a church that my boyfriend goes to, and we go every now and then.
Okay. That's great to hear. All right. And so were you interested in doing the counseling, or is that something that maybe you want to look at later? Okay. All right. So for this is a request and release information form. And all this is right here we have certain information that we'll release to the counselor. And right here we're just going to have you're going to have your vocation, your education, your history, your social development history, psychiatric evaluations, just all of these things we're going to allow the counselor to see, only if you would sign it, only if you would approve that. And then there's a 90-day expiration on this. So after 90 days after you sign it, it will be expired, and it won't count anymore. So if you want to look over that, make sure everything's right, sign your name, sign the date. Awesome. All right. And then we also have, I know we were talking about your income and with Sight and Sound and when school starts. Were you looking at working full-time then once the school started? I know you talked about it in the last meeting.
I'm going to try and work full-time up until it starts and work as close to full-time as possible, but I just want to see what school looks like first.
Right. Awesome. And last time we talked, you discussed how you did want to work on that and budgeting. And I do have a program. Have you ever heard of Tabor?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know what it is.
Tabor is a program that there are classes on just budgeting and income. They can help you with that, and I didn't know if that would be something that you were interested in, maybe attending once a month or looking into it all.
I think I could do once a month.
Okay. And then this is just another release form for that, and we'll just talk about your vocational and your educational information here. And if you want to look over that, and you can sign it. All right. And then once we figure out the daycare situation as well, I know you're still looking into that, we can discuss that further. Any information that they need, we can look into and help you with. And also for your medical information for the healthcare. We can also help you find certain healthcare that you'll be able to afford. But I wanted you to look over these goals that we have, and we're going to work on your housing. So we're going to find that with working more for Sight and Sound, and also for just going to Tabor, working on budgeting. Hopefully we can help you save and find a place that is safe for you in Emerson. And so that's a goal that we'll be working towards. We're going to be working for that, for housing as well. Your education, I know you want to finish, so we're going to work on helping you with those classes and finish your education. Right now, you are good with a car, but budgeting will help. If your car does start to give out, we can discuss that further. If it becomes a need, we can look into that. And also the counseling will help with hopefully the family relationships, just helping you process that. If it becomes a further need or further strength, we can discuss that further. Yeah, those are the goals that we're going to be working towards. Does that sound good to you? All right. Did you have any other goals or any other things you wanted to add to that?
No, I think I'm okay.
Okay. And then if you want to sign here for that. Right. That's great. And so just to finish up today and our meeting, I wanted to ask just how you were feeling with going through all of this. Is there anything, after discussing all these goals, is there anything that maybe you would like to add? I'm going to cut this out. Sorry.
Take two.
Take two. I just want to ask a question. Okay. Finishing up, is there, I'm blanking. All right, it's fine. It was great. It was great talking with you, Rachel. I'm glad we can meet. And I know we talked about not this following Monday, but next Monday meeting. Is that still good for you?
Sure.
All right. Well, we'll talk about these further, looking at these more, and I can't wait to hear how you're doing with that next week. Bye.
Goodbye.